There we go. Ready? Okay. At Clackamas Fire District, we're always here for you. We value our people and the people we serve. Our focus is establishing team, trust, empowerment, accountability, mindset, and service. Anybody that's attending in person, there's a sign-up sheet there on the corner of that table. Please sign up to indicate your presence. At this time, I'm calling to order the regular monthly meeting of Clackamas Fire District Board of Directors at 5 p.m. per ORS 192.610 to 192.690. Per ORS 192.650, this meeting is being recorded. The video recording of this meeting will be placed on the Clackamas Fire District website. At this time, would everyone please stand? Keep the flag for the pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. Thank you. Brown, changes to the agenda.
Thank you so much, Marilyn. We do have one change, and that would be to R1E. I will be giving the division report out for emergency services.
Okay, thank you.
And if you're okay with that, President, that we just tied in underneath the fire chief.
Sure, just give it a subsequent here or part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting on April 17, 2023. Does any board member have any comments or changes to those minutes?
No.
No. Seeing no changes have been requested, the minutes for the regular board meeting on April 17, 2023 stand approved as written. At this time, we will call for statements from citizens regarding district business. Ariel, do we have anybody sign up?
We do not.
Okay. If there's anybody who hasn't had a chance to sign up prior to the meeting who has a public comment, please use the raise hand function in the bottom of your screen if you're using the video, or step up now. If you're calling in, you can select *9 to indicate a raised hand and *6 to mute and unmute. Still no takers, okay. There are no action required business opportunities tonight. So we will go straight into other business. OB1 board committee liaison reports. Are there any that anybody has to share that are not on the agenda?
Did we have a Milwaukee after the board? No, it was before the last board.
Yes, that was before.
Yeah.
We have none.
Okay. Jim, you have any? No, thank you. Okay. OB2 board informational updates and comments. Does any board member have any informational updates or comments to share?
Just one of the different subjects, some of you heard me speak of it before. May 31st at 1:15 p.m. at Willamette National Cemetery. The Missing in America projects of Oregon and Washington will be interring 6 veterans and 7 spouses and dependents that have been unclaimed. Their remains have been verified as entitled to interment at Willamette National. So they will have a service at 1:15 and they will all be interred as they should be. As a side note, 3 of the dependents are infants, one of whom has been sitting on a shelf since 1915.
Wow.
1950?
108 years.
Wow.
And they found out who this young person is?
She's gonna be placed with her father.
Wow.
So if you have a few minutes out of your day, I would encourage people to attend. It's very moving.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay. Division reports. Office of the Fire Chief, Chief Brown.
Thank you so much. It's been a busy April for Clackamas Fire family. Again, staff was heavily engaged as well as crews with community events. We had 4 open houses on Saturdays that were very well attended, as well as multiple community interactions through community presentations, speaking to the emergency services levy. Just would like to commend community services as well as all administrative staff that has helped engage in these community events. It's been very well received. It was awesome to see the amount of people come into the fire stations. It's been a few years for that, so it was awesome to see. Human capital, human resources. I love the fact that I get to report out on this because it takes away from Steve being able to talk about it, which I'm gonna get poked here in a second. But the apprentice firefighter hiring process. We went through interviews with that, and we have given conditional job offers to 9 with 6 alternates. Thank you.
Maybe I should report on.
Maybe you should. You probably do a little bit better than me. But what is really unique about this is just the amount of diverse background that we got through this process. It's super impressed, the focus being on BIPOC as well as military vets. And it definitely has reached that intent. But just the quality of candidates walk through the door with the apprentice program. You never know when you're trying a new way to cast a wider net. We're bringing in the next part of the Clackamas Fire family, and to see the quality of candidates that this apprentice program has brought into the fire service from all walks of life has been really impressive. We are next board meeting planning on having them be here, as well as a report out from Nate Hahn, who is overseeing the apprentice program. So yeah, just super excited about this opportunity and the intent of behind the program, and seeing it come to fruition is pretty awesome. A couple notable events that I want to speak to. Just really one in particular is a 2-alarm apartment fire in Oak Grove on the 29th of April. I remember a day in my career showing up to a 2-alarm apartment fire and being there for 8 hours. This 2-alarm apartment fire had fire showing from multiple units. Crews extinguished it and recalled the 2nd alarm units before they even got there. So just really impressed with the extinguishment culture and what they're doing day in and day out. That is all that I have to report out on. Would love to answer any questions if you have any.
Are you gonna do emergency services?
That was all tied in. Yeah, that was all of that intertwined.
Okay.
Yep,
Seamless.
famous, right? I even threw in a little bit of human capital there. So,
Questions? Jim? Okay. All right. R1B, Office of Strategic Services, Assistant Chief Steward.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. A few things, and they happen to revolve around staffing, really with IT and facilities. It speaks to our folks just being burdened. We have a couple individuals off personal illness, personal injury. One's gone for a month, one's gone for another 6 to 8 weeks out of the 2 departments. But within IT, we also had a resignation, or she moved on to Multnomah County. He's looking for some other opportunities there. So IT has been working with a temp agency that we've had some success with before. We've got a core position filled currently, and Oscar's working on a plan we're working with the recruiter to fill some additional capacity there. But even with that, as you see in the board report, they are implementing the multi-factor authentication, and they're also getting turned around some laptops that we purchased and are getting in service for the next training academy coming up in June. So we really appreciate all their efforts. And then facilities, we have a month-long absence by one of the staff. Chief Huffman did a good job reaching out to everybody, informing them of the long-term absence. And the crews have been really helpful, and staff have been really helpful, just taking care of some of the minor things, just keeping things floating along and adjusting schedules for maintenance to accommodate that. So that's appreciated. We are preparing for the Gladstone Open House. Hopefully that will be discussed this Thursday at the interagency committee or joint oversight meeting about a date for that. But our station sign got changed, or their station sign got changed maybe a week ago. So it went from Gladstone Fire Department and now shows Gladstone Fire Station. Looks really nice, as well as the new kitchen table that you folks will get to see when it is open. Those are the updates. Happy to answer any questions.
Question for Chief Steward. Okay, thank you. Office of Business Services, Assistant Chief Steward.
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. As the chief alluded to, spent a lot of time with hiring an apprentice and some other things. And sending out the offers to the apprentice and the alternates that he failed to remember. And then also spending a lot of time with the Sandy transition, working with everybody. And which is just kind of taking a little bit of a backseat to the levy and all of the presentations we've been doing, but we're full force, have been out there working with 2 chiefs and we're looking pretty good. So happy to answer any questions.
Question?
Glad to see the apprentice things going. Yeah, that's gonna be a game changer, I think. Yeah.
Thank you, Chief Dinners. Office of Financial Services, Chief Financial Officer, Mark Whitaker.
Good evening. So the monthly finance report is starting on page 12 of your packet. I don't really have any comments there with the revised budget. Budget actuals are pretty close to where we'd expect them to be this time of year. So things are trending fairly well in most divisions. I'm happy to announce that we had a vacancy recently in a program specialist position in logistics, and we did an outside recruitment, internal and external recruitment, and just completed interviews and were able to make an offer and have it accepted. So we'll have a new program specialist starting in logistics very soon. Coming with some experience doing logistics and supply chain management in the healthcare sector. Been working with Chief Snyder and Sandy on their budget, and we'll be attending their budget committee meeting on Thursday. So under the new IGA with Sandy providing the financial services to their fire district. And then lastly, we have our budget committee meeting a week from Thursday, May 25th at 5 p.m. So budget should be ready to be distributed to you and the rest of the committee and the public by this Thursday. And I did want to point out, one of our new budget committee members, Julie Kennedy, is here tonight. So you guys interviewed her last meeting virtually, but here she is in person. So thank you for attending, Julie, and we'll see you as well next Thursday. That's it.
I just, are we seeing any help in the overtime with D shift yet? Any trends that we can hang our hat on that it's helping?
I don't think we're seeing anything that is helping or that it's hurting. You know, our operational replacement is trending pretty closely to where I expected it to after revising my original budget numbers. So, you know, I think the biggest change there has been some folks coming off of injury and being able to have more staff available. So we've seen the overtime drop a little bit compared to what it was earlier in the year. But it's hard for me to disaggregate if that's related to D shift versus, you know, changes we've had in terms of the number of folks we have to work with shifts.
Better is better.
Is it because it's too soon, or is it? It's going to be the trend, it doesn't matter, even with the D shift, that overtime situation is going to be the same.
I mean, I guess I haven't done the analysis and I'm not sure how I would do it, right? There's so many factors that go into operational replacement, whether, you know, it's, do we have vacancies? Do we have folks out on injury? Are people using more vacation or sick leave than we would have expected, right? And so which of those things is driving it, right? So one thing I'll do at the end of every fiscal year is kind of go back and review what does leave usage look like? How does it compare with what we expected with past trends? And so if we start to see an uptick in sick leave or something like that, trying to figure out what's the cause of that. But we've only had D shift since mid-January, so it's probably a little bit to see that.
Okay. Thank you.
Right else? Thank you. Okay, is shop steward Gordian with us?
On shift.
Yeah, he's on shift and I haven't seen him pop in yet.
Anybody else? No, okay,
If I see him pop in, I'll let you know.
thank you. Okay, volunteer association report. Yes. Ryan,
Thank you, Madam President, members of the board. Just a quick breakdown on the activity of the volunteers. Station 12, we had 17 nights, 13, we had 0. Station 21, we were staffed at 8 nights, and then another 9 with people on call, flying in the station and rehab. Some interesting things, In April, we did some search drills, and then we kind of began the transition of the volunteer program in Sandy to fit into the Clackamas volunteer program. So we did some logistic sizing for them. And then probably the biggest thing, I thought this is kind of a unique one, is we helped set up for the sportsman's breakfast and then help staff that event. So the Clackamas volunteers came out there, helped set up with the chief and the Sandy Falls, and then some of our guys came back the next day or next couple days and staffed that event, which sounded like it was a success. I was unable to attend. And then just a hats off to Captain Colvin and Chief Huffman. On the 26th, we participated in a virtual reality EMS drill, and it was pretty amazing. So the technology, I think, is going to be great for training in the future for us as an industry. And I'm just excited to see where we go with that on the fire side, not only just EMS. Other than that, we lost another 2 volunteers one to ourselves. We lost one out of my volunteer academy right now. We're just going into the apprentice program, which is fantastic. Super excited for him and his life story. He's a perfect fit for the apprentice program. And then we lost another long-term volunteer, Katie Howard. She went over to Hillsborough, across the river on the dark side. But that's it. If there's any questions for me.
Questions? Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
Jerry?
Madam President, members of the board, last month I was on vacation for almost the entire month. I personally have no knowledge of anything that happened in the district. I did check, however, with the vice president who reported to you at your last meeting. And his exact words to me were, I can't think of anything that excited me. Not talking about your meeting, but talking about the so what I have to report to you is all is well, calm, and peaceful, apparently.
Good to hear.
If you have any questions or want me to stir anything up, I will.
Thank you, President.
Thanks, Jerry.
I have a question for Ryan.
Sure.
Do you wax your mustache just for the board meeting or do it all month long?
Well, I try and keep it in an upright smile because it makes me a little more friendly, but there's been an occasional day where it turns down.
Been down?
Frustrated.
Curious.
Yeah.
Curious.
Okay, that is the meeting. There's correspondence and informational items in the packet. Are there comments or questions anyone has regarding any of them?
How many water rescues this weekend?
At bare minimum 4 that I know of for sure.
Within 20 minutes yesterday, and they staffed them both.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
Okay, anything else? All right, the next board of directors meeting will be Monday, June 26, 2023 at 5 p.m. in this building. It is hybrid, as this one is, with public invited to attend either by remote video conferencing or in person here. Reminder, tomorrow's election day. If you haven't voted, please do so. Wednesday is the awards banquet, and as Mark Whitaker pointed out, the budget committee meeting is on the 25th. So the regular board of directors meeting is now recessed at 5:18 for an executive session. Well, I'm gonna make that, okay, I got complaints about the length of the meetings. The lobby. If you are attending in person, please make your way to the lobby while the executive session is being conducted, although you don't have to stay.
Madam,
Yes.
John raised his hand.
I'm sorry, John.
I just had a comment on the Oak Grove fire. I made that fire. They did a beautiful stop on it. The one thing that they also rescued a dog and did the mask with the dog and saved the dog.
Oh, you were so good. I should have had John report out for me as well. I should have had Steve talk about the apprentice program. I should have had John report out for
Yeah,
the,
they did.
yeah.
We have John do the emergency services.
I think we probably should. Thank you, John.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little tiny dog.
Yeah. and was reunited with the homeowner, which was super cool.
Thank you for that.
Okay, so at this time, an executive session is being called to order under ORS 192.660. Okay, the regular board of directors meeting is now reconvened at 5:45 p.m. In the executive session, no decisions or actions were made regarding a personnel matter. Any other matters coming before the board at this time? Hearing none, and the regular board of directors meeting is now adjourned at 5:45. Thank you.
Thank you.
So how come our meeting is not on